Hey everybody, I'm back. As I said, I'm going to be trying to go bi-monthly now because every week's become a little of a problem. But the world continues to go crazy whether I come on weekly or bi-weekly. Today I'm drinking a little Shackelford Rose Cider. Not my favorite, but it'll do in a pinch. I'd like to start by I think people have the wrong idea about me. I am not against anyone. I am not against diversity. I am not against LBGT. I am not against trans. I am not against people of different races, religion, genders. Listen, I love everyone equally, but I also think everyone is just as stupid equally. You could be stupid no matter who you are. Doesn't make a difference. But what I find just is a lot of things that are really, really weird. What I am against is stupidity and people who are just pushing narratives and make it all about them, that they are so important that they need to be seen. That's what I am against. I am very much for being a good human being, no matter how you identify, what you worship, what color you are. But if you are a good human being, I want you in my life. I want to know you. It's the other group of selfish, look at me, I need the attention people. I am just so stupid. I need everybody to embrace what I want. Oh, my feelings are going to be hurt. Those are the people who give me problems. And of course, the stupid people. But I do find a lot of things very weird. I do find it very weird that there are people out there who have a penis who are celebrating International Women's Day. Like, hey, look at me, I'm a woman. Hate to tell you, the penis identifies you as a man. I find that kind of weird, just a little weird. You know what? I find it weird that the other day there was a guy on TV talking about his sexual proclivities, talking about gay and not gay and trans, talking about the community. He said, you know what? I have nothing against anybody, but I'm not, I don't like men, but sometimes when I'm horny and drunk, I like to have sex with men. Hate to tell you, that's gay. I'm just saying when a man has sex with another man, that's gay. I've been drunk and horny many times my whole life. I've never had that compulsion to have sex with another man because I am not gay. And if you are gay, good for you. Go for it. Live your life for who you are and be a good, decent person because we need more good, decent people in this world. That's what we need. I find it weird. I find it very, very strange. You know what else I find it weird? I find it weird that I can't win the lottery. I find it weird that I can't. That the lottery is like 1 in 87 billion chances that I would have to win the lottery. However, there is a mom who was on a talk show the other day. She has 4 transgender children. 4. All 4 of her children are transgender. You have a better chance of winning the lottery than that. That's like 1 in a gazillion. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But yet, tell me the parents aren't bringing this into the house and projecting on these kids and putting their values to the children. Now, I understand that parents put values to the children, but don't tell me you have 4 transgender children. It's just mathematically impossible. Impossible, I'm telling you. It doesn't work out. There is a mental disorder in your house, and it starts with you, mom and dad. Figure out yourself, get some therapy, and help those kids before they're too late. It's not too late if they're children. Man, I'll tell you. You know what else I find is weird? I find it weird that a person who is a official in a government county agency in charge of awarding grants, she awards some grants, 75 grand worth of grants to this nonprofit, and abruptly resigns to go run said nonprofit. But yet, as soon as it's investigated, it's not because it's a little suspicious. The only reason anyone is looking is because she's a black woman. Now, I find that a little weird because if it was a white man, it would be front page in a newspaper. But a black woman, a minority, forget it. Can't ask any questions. Do what you want. Does anybody else find that a little weird? I don't know. I saw an article in one of the magazines the other day that straight men need to start dating trans women to combat hate. Find that weird also. It's not about the dating a trans woman. It's the penis. I've said this many times. Oh, this is so bizarre. I really don't understand. Really don't understand any of it. I really don't. But the government, thankfully, they voted for not to shut the government down again because of money. Why are we always shutting down or just avoiding a shutdown because of money? You know, it's ridiculous. I just paid my taxes. I owe what I owe? Well, 1,367 to Ukraine and 721 to Israel. There's where my taxes go. We're talking about taxation with no representation. Just take the money. Biden said the other day, everybody's got to pay their fair share to Ukraine. It's bizarre. Speaking of Joe, my God, did Joe really go to lunch with a black man and his son for fried chicken? Really? Is this not racist, or is it just me? Is it just me that sees this as racism and pandering? I don't understand. Joe, I don't know. I don't even know what to say because he probably doesn't understand what he's doing. He's probably like, hey, fried chicken, where's the pudding? He's probably looking for some watermelon when he was done, for all I know. He just race it up a couple of notches, go with the racism. Go with collard greens, watermelon, fried chicken. Any stereotypical food that a black family would have on their table should have been there for him. Go all out, man. Well, why stop there? Then he said the other day that it's racist. It is racist again to make an insinuation that the rise of crime is because of undocumenteds, hence illegal. But doesn't even get any greater than that. The other night in his speech, he said that an illegal alien, illegal immigrant, whatever it was, killed that girl. What was her name? Oh my gosh. Laken Riley. That killed Laken Riley, illegal. Then he backtracked the next day and apologized to the guy who murdered Laken Riley, an American citizen, for calling him illegal. He apologized to the murderer for hurting his feelings. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the idea? Let me apologize to a guy who murdered an American because I may have hurt his feelings. Oh, people can't be illegal. How about this? You go to jail. Don't come out. You murdered an American. Death penalty, the whole thing. But why are we apologizing? None of this makes sense to me. You know what that apology was? Weird. Another weird apology. I really don't understand any of it. But not as weird as Democrat Representative Katie Porter. Katie Porter, and this is her quote. I'm going to read it directly, word for word. Pedophilia is not a crime. It's an identity. Well, you know what? How about those pedophiliacs? How about they get out in gen population, they identify right there. Identify right in gen population, right out on the playground. Let's see how far that goes. Let's see what they identify as then. Especially if they're man, they'll be identifying as the girlfriend very quickly if they make it through the lunchtime recess. Just saying. Can you imagine the mindset of the liberal Democrat right now? Trying to justify pedophilia? It's an identity? No, it's not an identity. Sorry, I get a little worked up about. And then we got Gen Z, the dumbest generation. I wish I could find a word that starts with Z, that's stupidity, because it really is. They were out protesting the other day farming. Farming, apparently, they're protesting farming because it's contributing to destroying the climate. Does anyone want to tell them how we get food? I mean, you're farming? We're farming and it's killing the environment. It's killing the climate. Really? What is wrong with these people? Same group, Gen Z, was discussing, apparently, I don't know what state it is, discussing Roe versus Wade. And they used this as an example. There was a teacher who had his pregnant girlfriend, who happened to be a principal, who happened to get a teacher in the school pregnant. So he had her a hit put out on her. He had hired to somebody to kill her. And they said, well, if they didn't get rid of Roe versus Wade, they wouldn't have had to do that. It had to be because of that. It couldn't have been because he was married, because he's insane, because he's irresponsible. It had to be because there was no other recourse. It was kill her because you couldn't get rid of the baby, because you couldn't have an abortion there. Can you imagine what goes on in the mind of these mental patients? I can't. I don't even want to because it's really complete insanity. I don't have it in me to figure it out. Oh my God. And then we have Oprah. Oprah was dropped from Weight Watchers because she was taking a weight loss drug. Can you imagine? When does it come out that she was only dropped because she's a black woman? The richest black woman I have ever heard of. But can you imagine that? She's probably only dropped because she was a black woman. If she was a skinny white old man, never would have been dropped. Couldn't have been the weight loss drug in the line. That has nothing to do with it. Weight Watchers love their people on weight loss drugs. Also, I'm getting a lot of advertisements for a device that when you go to a hotel or a motel, you're not staying in a place where you could find hidden cameras. Listen, if I come to a hotel or a motel and there's a hidden camera there and you want to have a look at me, have at it, have a great time. And you know what? Thank you. That's all I can say. If anybody wants to look at me, thank you. Oh, my God. We're getting back to this electoral college thing now that we're getting close to the election. That the electoral college needs to be abolished. It needs to be abolished. Why? Because it's rooted in white supremacy. Does anybody want to tell these people that 70% of the country is white? Does it make any sense? Again, weird. On the home front this week, woke up to two squirrels the other day, and I gave them a little steamroller twice to wake them up because they wouldn't give up. And the one looked up to me and he says, Dad, he goes, why don't you grow up? And then he looked at me and again, he said, do it again. So there's my little squirrel story for the week. Now listen, find a person you love. I got no advice today except don't be stupid. People are not sending me anything. They know it's just have a drink and don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, but most of all, go find a person you love. Tell them you love them because there is no guarantee about tomorrow. And let's just stop being weird, man. Cheers.